behind it. So the meta trend that I want to talk about today is A2A, Asia to Asia trade. And it's a $36 trillion market by 2030 when you look at it in terms of the middle classes of Asia. By 2030, 2/3 of the world's middle class will be living in Asia. And this is a fundamental shift from our understanding of what Asia is or was. And it goes back to those first contact examples. Again, you talk about the Bakugai example, the Japanese understanding of Chinese consumers is very different 20 years ago than it is today, because 20 years ago, Chinese people were poor by comparison to the Japanese. But now, obviously, GDP-wise, they're still behind. But now we have Chinese consumers who are outspending Japanese. So that's sort of challenging their understanding, because now it's a situation where the Japanese are asking questions of themselves, like, what's going on? Why are we now behind? Why are the Chinese now wealthier than us in many cases? And the way they sort of rationalize this shift is to contain it in something, couch it in sometimes negative terms like Bakugai. So this is what's happening. It's A2A, it's the Asia to Asia trade. And I believe it's the biggest growth opportunity in the next 10 years. And whilst first contact is really defined by these sort of human, very qualitative ad hoc stories that we all experience, and they're shared by word of mouth, and we read about it in the news and so on, there's a lot more tangible going on in terms of Asia to Asia trade. And where I am right now in Hong Kong, I'm staying at the hotel right by the airport. So you might be able to hear some of the airplanes behind me taking off and landing. And if you were to look out the window of this hotel, just to the left, you would see a massive construction site. And what's going on is that they're building the entrance, the mouth to a tunnel which will go into the water, the strait between Hong Kong and on the other side of the water, Macau. And the tunnel will go through the water a little bit, come out over the water, and then proceed as a bridge across to Macau. And this is the Hong Kong-Zhuhai Macau Bridge, which, when it's finished, will be the longest bridge in the world